my Monday Night Raw review, where pretty much show tonight was somewhat good, but we'll kick it off with Seth Rollins coming out, with people chanting "You sold out" and everything, saying he's really not even bothered by it and shrugs his shoulders. And he talked about John Cena again. If John Cena's not there, he's probably still trying to revitalize his rap career. In other words, he's trying to be like Dr. Dre and stuff, thinking he can revitalize it. It says straight out of Compton, straight out of action, he says. Trying to be funny as he tried to even show. Saying he gave him the challenge that he ought to just go to Brooklyn and just give up the U.S. title and everything so Rollins can hold both the WWE title and the U.S. Championship. And he said there's rumors that John Cena's going to be on Tough Enough tomorrow night. Even though he's already been on Tough Enough already, even though everybody's been knowing he's on Tough Enough, now they've been promoting it for the past week now for Tough Enough, and pretty much somebody he looked to the side and was talking to somebody and says John Cena's here tonight, but by satellite, as they showed a photo of Cena with a broken nose and Rollins just imitating Cena with the mouth talking, saying, "Oh yeah, John Cena, you should give up when you go against Seth Rollins because I broke my nose doing that." And he says he's not the man, anything, and he says, he beat Neville last week until Cesaro came out. People had those Cesaro section signs up and everything, and Chris has been going on and on and on, and why do you even deserve a title shot? Because Cesaro says I've almost beaten John Cena and everything, so he thinks he deserves a shot. And said it's an open challenge, but Seth Rollins never said anything about an open challenge tonight on Raw for the title. But Cesaro said he has earned his shot. Kevin Owens then came out saying about all the Cesaro section tonight, but you don't deserve a title shot. I beat John Cena, he says. I've beaten him. And Rollins, he said, Rollins, you tapped John Cena 2 weeks in a row now. And then pretty much Kevin Owens tried to say WWE, but he couldn't say it almost and kind of messed it up. He pretty much Owens says he wants a title shot, and he said it's good for him, and that the authority should give it to him. And he told Rollins, are you deaf or are you dumb and everything? I guess deaf and dumb and stuff. Until Randy Orton came out trying to make fun of Kevin Owens' weight, and Kevin Owens pretty much said no, kind of like no-sold it, and pretty much Orton says he's getting his title shot. I've beaten Seth Rollins before, so yeah. Until Rollins says I don't care who in the authority says this, the authority thinks nobody's getting a title shot. It's like Tom Brady has a better chance getting a free meal than the rest of you jerk-offs, which people say they're going to get mad at now for him saying that. Since he called them jerk-offs, Triple H then came out talking about SummerSlam, and it's 50-50 if Cena will be at SummerSlam. So tonight, triple threat match. Orton, Owens, Cesaro, whoever wins gets the main event against Seth Rollins for the WWE title tonight. Yeah, so that was going to happen. The Bellas and Alicia Fox went against Team Bad, Banks, Naomi, and Tamina. Is Nikki Bella, since Paige and her team, which since they're not going to be calling themselves the sorority submission anymore, since they found TMZ said it was like porn and everything, or porn name DVD, they just decided to change the name to PCB or I think it's PCB. That's their new team name, which I don't know where they're getting. I don't know who came up with that. Just the initials of all their first names, so it's not very creative. And they talked about how Nikki Bella, which we all know Nikki Bella, yeah, she's 35 days of beating it. The only reason why they're just having to beat AJ record because they don't like CM Punk, and I guess they don't like how AJ came out of the company, so they just want to find a way just to mess with AJ and they're just mad at CM Punk. So okay, she'll just hold the title till AJ's record's done. And pretty much the crowd was pretty much going through the match. Everybody was chanting for Sasha Banks, but they were cheering like, "We want Sasha, we want Sasha." And they teach all this Divas Revolution thing, and Paige says he's here to save the Divas and everything. But pretty much the Bellas beat Team Bad with Brie Bella with a roll up, which I still, like I said before, this whole Revolution thing makes no sense. But pretty much after that, all teams were gonna start brawling with each other inside the ring as they threw out the Bellas, all of them, and Team Bad and PCB were the only ones in the ring. But like I said, some people say, oh, the Bellas are working face now when they're going against Team Bad. Like, how are they being face? I'm still understanding what people's theory. I've said this for many times in the past. And what theory and in what right mind would a Bella twins ever face? Like, I really, like, somebody tell me, because they're not the faces here. They're mostly the heels. Some say, oh, they're face 1 week, they're heel 1 week, 2. Like I said, in my opinion, they're just heels. I don't see no type of face in them. I don't know who's cheering them. I get the thing that the Daniel Bryan thing Brie Bella's doing since he was here tonight in his hometown, but it's like, when would the Bellas ever face? Like, I don't know. This Divas Resolution thing doesn't make sense. And pretty much at SummerSlam, it'll be all 3 teams going against each other in an elimination match at SummerSlam. So we'll see how that turns out. But like I said, a lot of this Divas Revolution thing isn't making sense of who's doing what. Even that they're not even on commentary page in them. So I don't know what you're gonna get out of all of this. The New Day went against Los Matadores. Biggie and Kofi won, even though Biggie kind of doing that dance was kind of funny. Also doing something at the end, he was really funny with it. Since they're preparing for their match against the Primetime Boys for the tag team titles, the Primetime Boys, I guess, taking pictures with the Seattle Seahawks. And went to the New Day, and I like that new chant they do. They say, "Hey, hey, we want a new day. Hey, hey, we want a new day." It's kind of a catchy tune right there. As pretty much Wood said, we're the #1 contenders and everything now, and we can beat any team from Doom to Harlem Heat to Men on a Mission or anybody that Los Matadors and Lucha Dragons. You know, talking about, I guess now it's a fatal 4-way tag team title match at SummerSlam, so they started clapping with Renee Young before they left. Seth Rollins was talking Triple H in the back because he wasn't happy about the match tonight, and that from last week and Neville now to this, and he said you can be like, all those guys be tight, you can still be champion tonight, he says. Kevin Owens against Randy Orton versus Cesaro for a #1 contender, which this match was awesome. Really great, probably one of the best matches I ever heard night between these 3 men. Well, Cesaro, it's just, I don't know, so like you said, Cesaro looking like a cruiser doing all these flying moves out the ring, even Owens also, but the finish was really cool. Owens went for a pop-up powerbomb on Cesaro, but Cesaro dodged it. Orton hit the RKO on Owens, he hit the RKO on Cesaro, winning the match, becoming the #1 contender, so that was good. Dean Ambrose kind of promo in the back come out. Now, I didn't have a lot of friends going up, but even that one friend that has your back all the time from stealing cars, so Reigns interrupted him, saying Wyatt was coming after you, him and Harper. So, yeah, I'm surprised I didn't talk about Reigns getting hit in the back of the head over the weekend with briefcases, but, you know, they just kind of came off mostly like the Shield, like they usually are, Shield 2.0, so, yeah. They showed a video for Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Undertaker and Brock Lesnar will be on next week for Raw, both men, so they'll be there. Also, Dean Ambrose went against Luke Harper. Pretty much the match was pretty good, I'll say that. Decent enough. Luke Harper getting the win. Pretty much Reigns and Wyatt got involved. But Harper was able to get the win with that clothesline, win the match. So yeah, since both of them are actually in a tag team match against each other, Miz TV happened, which he talked about Stephen Amell and everything, and told him like, hey, I'll rebrand you in a second. But he introduced Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was back on Raw. It's his hometown, Seattle, Washington. Pretty much got a huge reaction, chanting yes, yes chants all over the place, and pretty much he said Seahawks, Seahawks. There he was saying C and everybody said Hawks. And Miz pretty much says Yeah, you hear it on Raw tonight, but you're on the shelf right now. When are you ever gonna come back? He says. And he talked about your little sins, little help a wardrobe right there and stuff. And he says he can't work now, but he says he will be back. He's not medically cleared yet, but Miz said you're just like a broken toy on the shelf that nobody wants. But and he said you helped me in my career and stuff. And then he said I'm kind of like McFoley now, since I have a New York bestseller right now with his book, how he became, how his story, how he made it in WrestleMania. And Miz said, I'm one of the greatest judges on the show for Tough Enough then. Since both men are on Tough Enough, which I don't know why they got Miz, and I don't even watch Tough Enough, but after what I seen with Miz done once they took off Hulk Hogan, like, Jesus, you couldn't get another Hall of Famer to do this thing? My God, Ric Flair would have been better than this. Than Miz on there. But then Ryback came out since he's back on his return from his staph infection. After, Big Show came out first and talked about Miz, say he was coming for the Intercontinental title and everything. But, like I said, Ryback got in, stole both of them down, kind of went and stole both men down. Miz got out there, but Bryan threw him back in the ring. And pretty much Miz and Big Show and Ryback tried to beat the crap out of each other. It was mostly Big Show and Ryback taking out the Miz. Ryback was able to spear the Big Show out and did his feet and more thing as Bryan pointed the Miz. Ryback hit the meat hook on him and everybody did even more and yes chance then. So it was a cool segment. But Bryan got the big pop. So yeah. Rusev went against Mark Henry. Why do they continue to screw over Mark Henry? Since he came out with an American flag and I guess they started chanting USA. It was mostly DQ, no contest. Lana got involved. Somebody threw Lana in the ring and Summer attacked from behind and then she did her own accolade on Lana, which somewhat looked painful in a way, but allegedly Dolph Ziggler will be back after SummerSlam, as Lana says, since he's out there in the movie. So, yeah. I'm not sure where this is going now, this Lana, Rusev, and some other thing, but it continues to happen. Neville went against Barrett. Neville beat him in about a minute. Red Arrow. Stardust attacked him right after and went to Stephen Amell. Green Arrow right there. Pushed him to the ground. Amell jumped the barricade, went in the ring and started punching him and stuff. And security got to back him off then. And it's funny, somebody said, Amell won't be banned, but the guy that, which I believe, and it is kind of stupid to speak on the whole briefcase. You think they can't ban him from every WWE. They're not going to remember his face or who his name is all the time. He could get tickets from somebody else, and I don't think that everybody's going to remember this man's face when he goes to a WWE event in any other part of the country. I'm sure he'll get in one way or another. Probably from the state he's in, he's going to get in, but he'll find a way somewhere else. There's Triple H is in the back talking to both men, and he says, you're lucky to walk out here alive because you'll never be in our league and stuff. And he said, let us deal with Stardust and everything. And pretty much Triple H said, oh, Green Arrow and Red Arrow here are going to do something. So I guess, Neville's the sidekick. He's speedy, so he's the Red Arrow. Red Arrow now. And he says, yeah, he knows he's an actor, but I'm also a man also. And he has to fight back. He says, I don't care what the repercussions are, what lawyer things he has to sign, him and Neville versus Stardust and Wade Barrett at SummerSlam. So I guess the Green Arrow and the Red Arrow is going to go down, and pretty much they shook hands. We get the legal papers tomorrow, he says. He says, good luck because you're going to need it. Which, Neville, Stephen Amell, he's an actor, so it was believable, most of everything he said right there. He came off as believable, but Green Arrow and Neville or Red Arrow versus Stardust and Wade Barrett. I almost got he was in this match. How would that go at SummerSlam? I don't know. Sheamus was in the back talking about he could cash in the thing tonight for Money in the Bank briefcase as Seth Rollins went against Randy Orton, which ended up in a DQ. It was cool at the end when Orton did that RKO. In midair, Seth Rollins jumped off the springboard off the ropes, And when he hit that RKO, Sheamus came out. He attacked Orton, threw him over the barricade. He looked over the corner, pretty much saw Rollins to the ground. He got in, Bro kicked him. He kept saying, cash it in, cash it in, cash it in, cash in the money in the bank briefcase, cash in the money in the bank briefcase, cash it in, cash it in. But out of nowhere, Orton comes around, hits him with an RKO, and pretty much ends off the show right there. So, no cash in tonight. It wasn't even that good of a Raw. It was alright. Mostly it'll be probably good next week, since I believe next week is the go-home show for SummerSlam. So, we'll see how that goes when Undertaker and Brock Lesnar will be on the show next week. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Check out more reviews, all that stuff. Out of here.